Hey, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while, but got hold of another frame and thought I'd build it up. Didn't really have a reason for it. The story goes, a friend of mine had a frame that he did not want. It was butt ugly. It was hand painted in a very ugly, maybe lilac-y color. I'm not sure. It was ugly. I didn't want it. He didn't want it, but he said, look, he's gonna either throw it out or just, if I want it, take it. So I just took it away, put it in the corner of my garage, and didn't really look at it. And then another mate of mine came along and said, look, I need a winter beater. I need a single speed built up, some cheap transport. Would you build me a bike? So I'm like, well, it just so happens I've got something, but it's going to need a little bit of tidying up before I build it. So yeah. So without further ado, I'll show you what it looks like and see what you think of it. I'll pan out so you can see it. That's the colour it was. As you can see, it's pretty bloody ugly. It's painted purple, but what I also went ahead and did is I actually painted up the frame in the black just to cover up the old stuff. So I gave it a bit of a scuff back. I did the usual scuff the paint, give it something to stick to, and then I sprayed it with a satin black. And you'll notice that there's purple or lilac, whatever that colour is, there's bits of it showing in certain areas because I have an idea behind it. There's the cranks that came with the frame. For some reason they're still running the ovalized chainring, which is silly, so we'll be removing that. But as you can see, I sprayed it. I left these areas here in that colour, in the original cheesy, gross looking color. I don't like it. Some of you might like it, but the bike did not look nice. It was all chipped up and rough. So now it's been drying for about 2 or 3 hours now, and it's in pretty good nick. It's come up pretty good. So once again, happy with the spray job. So my idea is to what I want to do is I want to cover all these areas in a decal overlay. So it's going to have a decal from about here all the way down as far as I can get it to about here, and same with the top. I'm going to start here and drag it all the way across to here, just to do something completely different, you know, something so it doesn't always look black. It's got some pattern to it, and probably do it from about there all the way down past the bottle holders to about here somewhere. And I might even give the back of the frame a go as well and do some stripes around here and down these legs here. And maybe even that, we'll see. But I did paint these fully just in case I couldn't do the sticky work, because when it gets narrow, it's quite hard to get the decal to stick correctly. So there you go. So don't mind the background. There's a lot of busyness going on in the background, but there's the frame. It's like a classic 22-inch or a 57. So just your normal medium to large, probably large frame. So the parts I've got for it at the moment currently is saddle and post, running a 26/6 post. So the idea is it's going to be black with a bit of silver and patterned decal on it, which you can see here. Actually, here's the decal. So it's a graphic that comes with some mountain bikes, and you can. That's actually a silver with red stripes. It looks kind of, it's either a love-hate sort of thing, but what I'm going to do is, it's got bottle hole mounts here, so I'm going to cut a section of line and just cut a section out through the middle, wrap that down the down tube. You have another one there with the lines in it. I'll cut a section up that one, do the same for the top tube, the down tube and the seat tube, and then I'll cut out sections along here, probably do the top tube, and maybe the seat stays if I can get enough. I've got plenty actually. I've got a whole bunch of stuff, so it's not going to be used on anything else. So that will maybe add some color and texture to this frame, make it look a little bit better. And the idea is it's a bit of silver, so I thought I'd do a black frame with the graphics, and then we'll have a silver seat post, black saddle. We'll have a classic silver riser bars, these old Marin mountain bike bars. We'll have a silver chainring, silver brake, got the usual black grips, just a standard lever, and then we have the some silver rims. So that set up on the black frame with the graphic should come together quite nicely. Pretty easy build. I think my mate will be pretty happy with the build, and yeah, he'll be pretty stoked to get a relatively good looking bike. I can't give him a shitty looking bike, so I'll try and do the best I can with what I've got. It should come up pretty nice. So all I really have to do is just start getting the decals on, and then build the bike up, and it should come up. Oh yeah, silver cranks as well, so that should tie in with all the silvery bits on the bike. So yeah, I'll kickstart the bike and start the decals, and start by cutting them, and yeah, I'll show you what it looks like shortly. So there it is, looking all right. I've got two decals on at the moment, as you can see. It's got like a silver and red and black patterning, so I don't know, it's like a camo, I guess, so it looks pretty good. It's already holed. It's cut for the bottle cages on both ends, so fits on there. Sort of covers the middle area of the frame, makes it look tidy, and like I say, it's just so there's nothing boring black on the frame. So I've still got another one to cut to put on this top tube. I'll try and get it as long as I can, at least cover all that ugly lilac-y colour, and that's what it looks like overall. So we'll just keep going with it. I think it's going to look pretty smart with the decals on it. Just make it different, you know, and I may put some down the stays. We'll see. I'm not 100% on that one yet. Over here I painted the stem. It's come together quite nice. It was also the same lilac color, so had to go black, absolutely. Other than that, we're just going to keep going with it, and I'll show you the next step when the top decal's on. Here it is with the top decal on. I had to spray a bit more of it actually, cover a little bit more of that ugly lilac because it was just showing up. So I sprayed a little bit more before putting that wee decal on the top. So that's what it looks like now. I wish I did get a shot of it before I actually started painting it black. You would have seen just how ugly it is. But I think for its intended purpose, I think it's come up okay, and it looks all right now. You know, satin black, then it's got the decal wrap. Those colours add a little bit of colour to the bike. I chucked in the seat and post for now just to clamp it properly. I've taken off the chainring, and I'm going to start putting the bike together really. Also put the single speed cog on with some spacers on the back wheel. They're pretty much ready to go on. This bike's, it's a pretty quick build because everything's ready to go. It's just chuck it together and get it on the bike really. So I'm just going to start doing with that, and you'll see the progress. Like I say, the beauty of having everything ready is I just chuck the handlebars through the stem, chuck the lock-on grips ready to go. The brake was already connected up to the lever, so that'll just fire straight on, and basically the setup is ready to go. We'll fire that on the bike now, and it's pretty much just going to sit in here like this. I will put a bit of grease in there, but I've got one hand at the moment. There it is. So yeah, it's going to look all right, eh? Little silver bars, silver brake. Kind of blend in with the wheels. I think that'll look pretty good. Yep, we'll just keep going. Hey guys, it's been a few days actually since I did this. I had a bit of an issue with the bottom bracket. I couldn't, with the crank, the other side of the crank was flogged out, and I couldn't get the nut out for the life of me. So I've spent quite a few hours getting a nut out with another tool that I had to get from my work. Got it out, swapped out the crank for a better one, adjusted the bottom bracket because it was rattling, so now that's good. And I've finally got it back together. I've put on a 52 tooth chainring, which is the one I showed you earlier. That's on there now. It's all bolted in place, and it's got I think I've got a 17 tooth on the back there. So 52, 17. It's slightly heavy. It will be quite peddly, but you'll be able to get it up to some pretty good speed. So my mate who's getting this bike, he'll like that. He's a bit of a masher, so that'll be a good gearing for him. This is what the bike's looking like. I've got the saddle on, the seat post on, I've got the bars and stem, I've got the headset adjusted out. Yeah, the stem's on, brakes there. I've just got to get that cable back on. I've swapped that. I'm going to put another better one in to make it feel even better. Got to lock them on, adjust the front hub, chuck that on, put a chain on, and we're going to be almost there, and it's going to be ready to go. So I'll show you when I'm almost done. Here it is, the final product. Hope you like it. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think my friend will enjoy it. I've put everything together, tightened up I had to actually change the headset. That was another thing that had to go. The other one was just a bit squashed and didn't want to work, so had to pull the old headset out and put another one in, grease it up, get it rolling. So that's another one out of the old box of parts, so that's fine. Got the brake dialed up, everything's on, the grips are all tightened up, everything's fitted to the bike and working fine. So overall it came up looking like this. I'm pretty happy with the overall outcome considering what it looked like beforehand, because what an ugly mess it was beforehand. And it just goes to show you can resurrect some pretty hideous bikes if you spend a little bit of time on it. I mean, this is probably barely a 8, maybe 10-minute video, but it's what's 10 minutes for you in YouTube world it's taken me almost a week to complete. I started this sometime last week, and yeah, it's due to time constraints, I finally got through to it and got lots of things. It fought back the whole way, but I managed to get everything sorted on it basically. So I think it looks pretty smart now, like I always say. Pretty attractive forks on that bike actually, just looking at it. The wheels work, they're smooth, they roll well. I've just taken it for a wee spin around the yard and it's perfectly fine. It's going to do it's going to do my mate a solid, and you should get some good use out of it and get some commuting miles on it and be pretty happy. So I hope you like it. Let me know down below if you like seeing these single speeds and these builds, and tell me what you think of this one. So I think it's quite cool. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys.